Hi, my name is Patrina Colton, and welcome to the beautiful Okanagan Vineyards.
My name's Ryan, and I'm really excited to be looking for a piece of vineyard land or a potential piece of vineyard land in the Okanagan.
We boast over 120 wineries, from world-class large producing vineyards to family-run, quaint boutique winery.
I work in the wine industry, and I also purchased a piece of land a couple years ago. The piece of land I purchased is an 18-acre vineyard located in Kelowna, and I grow Riesling and Gewürztraminer. My land is leased out to one of the big guys, so I actually don't make any of my own wine yet, but my goal is to have a little boutique winery one day.
Our valley stretches over 250 kilometers across distinct subregions that have different soil and climate conditions, which brilliantly set the stage for growing a range of grape varietals.
So over the years, I've done quite a bit of wine education courses. I've done my WSET courses all the way up to level 3, which is sommelier level. I have also gone to Okanagan College and did the 3 major courses there. So wine sales, viticulture, and the last course I just completed was the winemaking program.
Ryan is so passionate about wine, and you know what? I have to say, he is passionate about everything in life. That's why we all love him.
So my main hobbies that I like, I've kind of got 2 big passions. My first passion is cars. I've always had that passion, kind of had it my whole life. So it started out as a little boy, having a Lamborghini Countach poster on the wall, and always dreamed of having those cars one day. And I've been fortunate enough that I do have some of those cars, and I do get to drive them. And the cool thing for me is actually to give back to the kids. So whenever I see a little kid that is absolutely in love with one of my cars, I always try and let them sit in my car and just drool over it, just like I did when I was a little kid. So one of my other hobbies that I like doing is water sports. I love being on the lake in the summer. It's so nice out.
That's really important for Ryan is to be close to his family, which I think is lovely. He's a young man and he likes to get out and do lots of things, but he still wants to be close to his family, which we're going to do that for him.
So what I'm kind of looking for is to expand what I already have. Find a piece of land that I could possibly grow Pinot Noir, or find a piece of land that already has an existing vineyard on it. So I know some of the properties that we're going to be looking at have existing houses on them. A few things that I have in mind is, if it's an open concept, then I could possibly turn that house into a possible tasting room in the future. It would be great to have a large garage on the property, just in case I needed extra space for cars, or there's a possibility of turning the garage into a tasting room as well. Another thing that we need to make sure that the properties have is water. Vineyards can't really grow in the Okanagan without water, so we need to make sure that there is enough water in place to be able to farm on the actual land.
Ryan's price range really varies. He is totally willing to invest more if he can see that that vineyard will be absolutely amazing in 10 or 20 years.
So the price range we're going to be looking at is in between the $4 and $10 million price range.
So I'm really excited about Ryan. He has this amazing education about wine, and I see him in 20 years, or maybe a lot less, he's going to have, I think, one of the best wineries in the valley. I'm so excited for him.
We're in wine country in BC's Okanagan Valley, where wine guru Ryan Fipke is looking to purchase a boutique winery. Realtor Patrina Colton has lined up 3 properties to try and find the perfect fit. The first is this spectacular 8,000 square foot home, set on an 18-acre lot in East Kelowna, a well-established wine-producing area. And it's already set up for wine production, with several acres planted. The property is on the market for $9.8 million, which is at the top of Ryan's budget.
So Ryan, this is the biggest vineyard that we're going to be seeing, and the home is stunning, but look at this. It's already here for you.
This is actually really cool because I actually know this vineyard really well.
How?
Well, back in the day, I actually helped plant the original vines that are on this property. We just walked through the Chardonnay block, and then there's also Riesling down here, and I'm pretty sure some of the newest plantings on this property are Pinot Noir and Pinot Gris. The great thing about this vineyard is the slope and the aspect on it.
Okay.
You know, we got that southwestern facing aspect, so great sun exposure. Yeah, it's really, really nice. This is our Pinot Noir grapes right here. It does look like they are newer plantings. The property is totally set up great for the correct grape varietals that'll grow in the Okanagan. What I'm really curious about is how many acres of Pinot Noir are on the property.
Okay.
It looks like they're young vines, but I wonder when they are actually planted.
The small winery on the property is already producing wine out of a converted garage under the watchful eye of winemaker Grant Biggs.
So this is Chardonnay from our home block here. We picked it on September 12th, and it's about 3/4 of the way through ferment, so just trucking through the last bit of sugar, and it'll stay in these barrels for the next 8 months before going into bottle in August of 2017.
Very cool. Cheers. Cheers, Grant. Cheers.
Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable.
That's gonna be good.
It is
That's gonna be really good.
Yeah, it will be. You're interested in some Pinot though?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, how many acres of Pinot you got on the property?
We planted 2.5 acres of Pinot in 2014. We've got Dijon Clone 115 and 777. And right now that's making its way into rosé as the vines establish themselves and gain some maturity. And then after that, we'll do a barrel age program for it.
How's the fruit looking this year?
Beautiful.
Yeah?
Beautiful, yeah. Great growing season.
It looks like the wine is promising, but how about the house?
Oh, look at this beautiful kitchen.
This is really crazy. It is huge.
What do you think of this little wine tasting room? Is it too little?
It's cute, but I think I could fill the last room up with all the wine that I have.
Yeah, I think you could too.
Yeah, it's cool, but yeah, it's not temperature controlled either. So I need a much bigger room, temperature controlled. But I like what they did here.
So Ryan, this is the bar room, and there's something really cool I want to show you back here.
Okay.
You gotta love this.
Oh, cool.
So you can showcase all your amazing wine or scotch, whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice little hidden little wall room.
I love it. I love the lighting too.
What kind of wood is this? That is really unique.
It's African Bambinga.
What?
African Bambinga.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting. I've never heard of that before.
They make high-end guitars out of this wood.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I love it. It's so unique.
This is quite the room.
Yeah, I love this ceiling. Seriously, this is the biggest door I've ever seen. Let's try and open
I've
it.
never seen a door bigger than this. This is crazy.
I feel really short.
Okay, well, let's get out of here.
Oh, I think we gotta pull these.
Yeah, and there's one here too. Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. Oh.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, wow. So Ryan, I know that this is the highest price property that we're looking at. It's just under $10 million.
$10 million? Well, I'm not going to whine about the price, okay?
I love it. But you know what? The vineyard's already here, and you know that there's a huge cost for planting a vineyard, so it might be something for you to look at. I do think this winery is perfect for him, and the fact that Pinot Noir is already being grown here makes it quite easy for him to transition to building this business huge.
This place is stunning. It's beautiful. It kind of has everything. The vineyard's absolutely amazing. It's got my Pinot Noir, which I really want and need. The cons kind of are, the house is stunning, but it's not my style, not my taste. So I don't know if that's quite suited for me. What could I do with it? Can I turn it into a tasting room? Can I make it a little boutique winery? I'm not sure. I'll have to give that some more thought.
Next on our vineyard search is a second house in East Kelowna. Nestled on an 11-acre lot, the property is already planted with vines, and the home itself is massive, measuring in at 9,000 square feet. The property is priced at $5.5 million.
Ryan, what's your overall impression of this vineyard?
Well, it's definitely an older vineyard. We've got overhead irrigation here, so that's my first sign that it's an established vineyard.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm noticing is, look at the size of these trunks of these vines. These things are just massive. So how big they are, I think this vineyard's been around here for a long, long time. So this is a well-established vineyard. It looks like we're pretty flat, our land here.
Okay.
And we're a little bit further away from the lake, so we don't get as much of the lake effect. But overall, so there's 5 acres total?
Well, there's 11 acres here, so there might be some parts of the property that you could, instead of taking these out,
Potentially plant more.
yeah, that's what I'm
Perfect.
thinking. And of course, there's lots of outbuildings that you could switch into a boutique winery, right?
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, this is really exciting, Ryan, because I see the potential of making this an amazing wine tasting room.
You know what we could do? If we knocked out all the walls,
Yeah.
then we could actually make it really an open concept.
Okay.
And looking at that view, that would be
I know,
a
it's
really, really nice
unbelievable.
view. Because you see all of Kelowna.
This is your $5.5 million view right here.
It sure is. This is pretty spectacular. Well, just imagine sitting on like a little deck out front here, overlooking all this, having a glass of rosé.
Okay, we have to check out this kitchen. It is big. I love this huge stove cooking area.
It is quite large. The colors are pretty interesting in here.
They are. Do you like them?
To be honest, I'm feeling a little blue.
I don't know why I'm feeling compelled to come down here.
Katrina, this is the perfect room in this house. Absolutely perfect. Exactly.
I'm drowning.
We're gonna fill this up with wine, and then we can just go swimming in a wine pool.
So Ryan, I know that this house is like, you know, it's a lot less than the last one. I'm just not sure, like, what would you even do with this space?
It's definitely a lot cheaper than the last one,
Yeah.
but it does need a lot of work. So you would have to put in quite a bit of money for renovations, but that's what I'd be doing anyways.
But you know, I have seen people fill pools in. So I mean, this could be used as something else. Like, it is stunning with all the glass. Like, maybe you fill it in.
Yeah, exactly. That is definitely an option
Yeah.
that we could do.
Okay, perfect. There is no doubt about it that this view is breathtaking, right? You have everything here, Ryan.
I know, I can see the lake, I can see the city, we can see the mountains.
I know. It's stunning, and it's like a 180-degree view.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't really get any better than this.
No.
This is absolutely amazing. And, you know, having a winery, a tasting room, a vineyard right here, you know, with this view, this is what you want.
all right.
Katrina, this is so cool. I'm so sold. I'm so sold. This could be my new tasting room.
Oh, it's perfect.
Look, I see vineyard over there.
Arr.
I'm gonna call my vineyard Blackbeard Vineyards.
Oh, I
What do you think of that?
love it. I love it.
But if you don't like my wine, I'm gonna make you walk the plank.
Oh, gosh.
It's actually a pretty interesting property. 11 acres of land, about 5 acres of grapes on it so far. A little bit of potential of planting some more vines, which is nice. The house is pretty big, a little bit dated. I'm not really too sure what I could do with it.
For the inside of the home, really what needs to be done is for it to be opened up. So I know initially when you come into an entrance, you want to see the most beautiful view that is right outside this property. So it means taking down some pretty substantial walls, which I know, it's a lot of work.
I think the best part of this property is the view, by far. The view is spectacular. You've got 180-degree views up and down the valley, the lake, the mountains, the city. You just can't beat that.
Welcome back to our Okanagan Vineyard voyage. Ryan has seen 2 potential properties in Kelowna, and the third is just a few miles north in Lake Country. This 6,000 square foot home sits on 8 acres planted with grapes and cherries, and it's listed for $4 million.
All right, come on in.
So Petrina, why are we coming in this entrance?
Well, I'm gonna go to the carriage home first.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Look at how quaint this is, Ryan.
Oh, this is so cool in here.
Right?
I could totally see a winemaker, vineyard manager wanting to live here. This is really cool.
I know.
Really cool.
Okay, this is the main home, Ryan.
Wow, I like this. This is really nice. You know what? I really like the hardwood, the colors, and all the detail with the wood all around.
This home was built in 2006.
Okay.
And it's 6,000 square feet. So a lot smaller than the other homes that we've seen, but it has everything you need.
And you know what I like the most about this one already?
Yeah.
It's all open concept already.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to blow out any walls or
No.
do any renovations.
You
It's already
wouldn't have
done.
to do anything. It's already perfect.
Wow, look at this.
I know, here's our 2 lake views, Ryan.
This is probably the most stunning view we have seen
It is,
this whole
isn't
time.
it?
This whole time.
It's the best view.
You got vines, you got lake, you got mountains. Everything is here for what you want in a tasting room, and this is perfect. We're now in the vineyard. Tell me more about it.
So this is just under 8 acres.
Okay.
And there's white and there's red grapes.
And that's what I'm looking for.
know.
So what grape varietals, red grape varietals are planted?
Yeah, so they have Merlot,
Okay,
Gamay, and Pinot Noir.
that's what I'm looking for.
I know. Ryan, I know how to taste wine, but I'm wondering if you could show me how to taste the grape.
I know you know how to taste wine. We're both pretty good at that. So, okay, so we're looking at a few different things. So grab a berry.
Okay.
So when you actually taste the berry, you're actually tasting the juice inside to see what kind of the flavor profile is of the grape. And then also you want to check the seeds. If it's an underripe grape, it's going to be green, but as it matures, it's going to actually change from green to brown. So take a bite, see what it tastes like. So you can see they're still a tiny little bit of green in there, so they're not quite ready yet. So they need a little bit more time to hang on the vines, get a little more sun to ripen up before they can be picked.
I know that this property checks a lot of things on his wish list. You know, the home is absolutely stunning for the wine shop, and there are Pinot Noir grapes being grown here, and that was one big thing for him, and it's here.
So I was really stoked to come to this property and see the vines that were planted here. There's white grape varietals and 3 different red grape varietals, and the one that I was looking for is Pinot Noir, and it's planted here.
Another huge advantage is having the carriage home, because a lot of times on a winery there's going to be a winemaker or someone that takes care of the property or the gatekeeper, and they can live right here, and it's so convenient.
Large, luxury homes like these usually include gorgeous feature fireplaces. Expert Daniel Miles has some advice on using them to control your comfort and your heating bills.
If you're looking to buy a new home, It would be good to consider gas fireplaces, natural gas. They provide real great radiant heat and zone heating as well. So instead of turning on your central furnace system and heating your entire house, you can rely on just heating a nice area where you're spending a lot of time in the home. One of the main benefits of this is it really reduces your energy costs. Natural gas fireplaces provide really great heat. One of the issues has been that, wall temperatures as a result of this have gotten quite hot. Things like mounting a TV above the fireplace, which has been really popular, has been a little bit of an issue. So one of the new technologies out there is to actually shift the heat away from the wall and in behind and up above near the ceiling, so that actually improves the overall performance and convection of the fireplace. And that allows you to put something like a TV or artwork right up above the fireplace. Another benefit to a natural gas fireplace is that if the power goes out, you're not reliant on that, so your fireplace will keep operating.
Ryan, we've had so much fun the last few days.
We sure have.
I just have to say, I really enjoy working with you. And we saw 3 amazing properties. The first one was $9.8 million, and it's 18 acres. The second property, that was the one with the indoor pool, and there was lots of grapes around there, and there was lots of outbuildings. That one was 11 acres at $5.5 million. And for this third property, it was in a whole different area.
Yes.
And the home itself was built in 2006.
Yep.
So it's nice and new. You don't really have to do anything to it, right? I know that you've studied winemaking and vineyards for years, and you have so much experience. I know that you're able to narrow this right down.
Yeah, there's 2 properties that stand out to me and one that doesn't stand out as much. So it was pretty easy for me to decide. Number 2, I would definitely pass on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so really it comes down to house number 1 or number 3. They're both amazing properties. They both already have vines on them. They both have amazing views. So it kind of just comes down to what I feel, which one I feel really, calls for me.
Yeah.
So price-wise, I would go with number 3.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's my favorite too.
Is it your favorite? It's definitely my favorite. I love it. I love it. It's just got that little charm to it. There's something about that one.
Yeah. Congratulations, Ryan.
Cheers.
Cheers.